Hey everyone, welcome to Happy Hour Homes. I'm Josh Gorsuch in the Central Florida area, and I have.
Heather Curry from Northwest Florida in Santa Rosa Beach.
So today we wanted to go over on inspections, what they are, why you need them, and answer any questions that you would have. But first, what do we always have to do before we start, Heather?
Cheers.
Cheers. Hey, to all of you friends and amazing folks out there. Cheers to you. Today
Absolutely.
I have a mojito today, so kind of bringing the theme on. I feel like it should be summer already, but it is
I
February and it was
wish.
86 degrees. Florida problems, right?
I know, right? Florida problems. It actually was raining in the Sunshine State here today, but like you, I have my head in the summertime. I just want it to be warm. Anything below 70 is just too cold for me. So I am drinking the non alcoholic beverage, infused water, which is one of my faves lately.
Go ahead,
Fruit
fancy.
infused water.
I like it. I
So
like it.
cheers.
Cheers. So I needed plenty to drink today, so this will go very fast. It's been one of those days.
I
But
bet.
what we definitely want to bring you today is kind of go over the inspections for you home buyers. Yes, why you need one, what to look for, what type of inspections, what that period looks like, kind of just throwing it all at you. And again, if you have any questions, you know what to do. Comment below, let us know what you got. So Miss Heather, what is an inspection for these buyers that they need to know about?
That's a very good question. So, an inspection is going to go over the property with a fine tooth comb, or an inspector is going to go over the property, looking at all nooks and crannies. I would say that they can visibly put their eyes on as far as the appliances and the roof, plumbing, making sure there's no leaks, looking at the appliances to make sure that they work, and just basically doing an overall of the house to make sure that you are getting a working property, good condition, no leaks. We do not like leaks, and termite free. And I will follow up on a story with that.
Perfect. All right. So we are going to have story time, by the way. We definitely have some fun stories. But I want to hit on one thing that Heather said. Inspectors cannot break into walls. They can't take things out of walls. Anything that would do a destructive force to the house and damage the house, they cannot do it. Imagine if you were a seller, you had an inspector come in, ripping stuff off the wall or trying to look behind something. So just be cognizant of that when you are a buyer. They can only do so much. You know, they have the heat guns that can see if there's heat coming from different sources. They'll try and do their best on what you're trying to look for. But I just want to put that out there because I've had some people ask that question before. You can't just do it
Right,
at home.
right.
So, as Heather stated, general inspection. Heather, I guess I'll talk about my buyers and kind of what I advise them, but always a general inspection, like Heather talked about, all the major stuff: the roof, the appliances, the electrical, the plumbing. They'll look at the exterior. Are there, if you have a stucco house, a block, are there massive cracks everywhere? Just things that when we go through, we're not inspectors, you buyers not inspectors. They're going to go look at all these sheets. On my personal house, I had over a 200-page inspection report. Mind you, mine was built in 1915. So that's a general inspection, and it depends on the size of the home and things like that. But Heather, what does yours run? Mine runs about $400 to $500. Again, completely depends on the house and what all you want in that general inspection.
Exactly. And ours runs about the same, anywhere between 4 and 450.
Okay.
Um, but there are also, other inspections besides a general inspection. Like you said, there's a stucco inspection, septic inspection, well inspection. So we generally look at what the house has to offer, and we will advise our clients on what is on the property, and then what inspections they should get. So
Yeah. So talk about the termite. What is a termite slash WDO? If you want to kind of go into those breakouts, what's WDO really stand for and
yeah,
what it
so wood
is.
destroying, yeah, WDO stands for wood destroying organisms. And in Florida, we are known because we're a very humid state for wood rot. So wood rot is, present generally in every single house that we come across because it is Florida. And then they check for wood destroying organisms such as insects, ants, any carpenter ants that would eat wood, and then also termites. In Florida, termites are very prevalent, but yeah, so generally if you're buying a house, you generally have the general inspection and then you have the WDO. Condo, you generally don't need a WDO inspection. normally because it's a concrete structure, but you would get a home inspection. So
Awesome. So yeah, I just want to make sure that WDO is out there. So let's move on. Over in my area, it's not a ton, but there's still a lot of septic systems. And one thing I can really speak on, septic kind of is expensive to do the proper testing. You know, they need to look at the tanks, they need to look at the drain field, they got to fill it up all the way to make sure that it does drain properly. So you have two to three items you can really pay for. You have the drain field, you have the actual, what do you call it? It's losing me. Where
the septic tank.
The tank, thank you. The tank
Yeah,
itself, and then you see, I'm doing another drink, and then you actually have the pump that goes in the tank. So I guess I'll get into my story. A septic inspection can be about $450 to $550, just as much as a general. But here's why you need one. Let me take a drink. For the story, it's not horrible, but there was a buyer that I was representing. They're buying a 5-acre parcel, 5,000 square foot home. The seller was a contractor. Everything seemed to be good. He's like, I just got a brand new pump in there. You don't need a septic inspection. You're going to waste $450, $500. I was like, buyers, I really want you to get this. Who knows if he drove over the drain field? Now that's $6,000 to $8,000. There's just weird things that can happen. Well, the pump was bad. It was literally inches from overflowing into the front yard.
No.
Full of poo. But the pump was only 3 months old. That would have been really shitty.
Right?
We'll work that out probably later, but we'll be PG with it. So anyways, just, I mean, even I don't ever pay attention to what the sellers tell you. I would always do the due diligence. I actually had some sellers I was representing, had no clue what a septic system was. They drove over their drain field daily because that's where they parked.
Oh no.
So people just don't know. Again, the whole point, do your due diligence, listen to your realtor. They're just looking out for the best of you, and put it on your credit card. You don't have to spend cash. Talk to your lender first. But it's worth the $400 to $500. Yeah.
It saves you a very big headache in the long run. So are you done with your story? Because I have a story.
Go ahead. I'm going to drink.
My story has to do with termites, actually. I was representing the seller, but in my previous brokerage, the seller was the buyer at one time. So anyhow, they purchased this house, and it was time for them to move on. They were looking to just move to another golf course community. Well, anyhow, it was a stucco house. So the buyer decided that they were going to go ahead and do not only a general inspection, but a stucco inspection. And so these people meticulously maintained their house, my sellers, my clients. Well, it was found that in one part of the stucco inspection that there was moisture that was present. So in order to find out what is happening, you actually have to cut into the stucco and you have to look and see what is causing that moisture. So when they did, they opened it up, and it was found that there was previous termite damage within the entire house. So they bought this house from someone who covered up termite damage. They did not have a stucco inspection done. They only had a general repair. I don't know if they would have found anything because that house was repaired in working condition. The seller disclosed, we looked at that. But anyhow, there was termite damage within the header of the house, the stairwell of the house. So clearly somebody went in there, treated the termites. You can see the tubing that they treated the Formosan termites, and then went and just kind of fixed what they had to and stuccoed it. So always get your inspections, because these people had no idea. We were so close to closing. They ended up having to take it off the market, dump over $45,000 of work into that house, and then just decided to stay and redo the bathroom because they already had their house opened up. And so they just did a reno on it while it was opened up and stayed. But it was very stressful for them. It was not only stressful for my sellers, because they were already packing up because they had put an offer on another house, but then the buyer was already packing up to move into this house. So
Yeah, I mean, just things that we don't know, but that's why you get the specialist in there to do it and do their due diligence. So cost wise, I guess I'll break this out real quick. In my area, Central Florida, I would say $400 to $500 for a general inspection. You can add on sprinklers and a wind mitigation, 4-point
Right.
inspection. We'll go into that later. Just talk to one of us about that stuff. It's usually for insurance purposes. That
Right.
can add about $100 to $200. So general inspection with that. WDO is $75 to $125. And a septic
Mm-hmm.
inspection is about $450 to $550. So you're going to be spending about $1,000 in inspections. I always like to tell buyers that, look, that's part of buying the house. You got to do your due diligence, make sure it's something that you want to proceed with, pay the third party professionals to do it, and just know that that's a thing.
Yes, absolutely. And like I said, having those inspections is super key because in the long run, it saves you thousands of dollars if something should pop up and it's problematic.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to keep it short and sweet. Did you have any other nuggets you want to drop on them?
I've been driving nuggets this whole entire time. Nugget, get the inspections.
Okay, now I'm thinking of Chick-fil-A nuggets. I think I need to go eat some more.
I think you do need to go eat.
At least I'm not hungry. We know how that goes.
Right?
So, anyhow, we hope you got some good information from this. Again, it does go in more depth, so make sure you talk to your realtor. Of course, if you don't have one, want to give one of us a call, please feel free to do so. You will see our information here below, probably around the screen. And also, I just want to call out Karen Stone. She's a fellow realtor in our area coaching. I wore this shirt just for her, so I'm going to tag her. She likes me.
Yay!
Anyways.
Our Florida realtor with the flamingos.
So, all right, y'all. Well, thanks for joining us, Heather. Always lovely to see you. I know we're going to cheers out of here. Cheers.
Cheers.
Join us on the next episode. Again, ask us any questions. We're going to be finishing out the buyers here. We're going to go on to sellers, and then we're going to do some weekly updates for you, bring a little bit more pizzazz to it, because Miss Heather is all pizzazz. So we got to get there.
Yay! You're all
All right, y'all. Have a great one.
Good night.